Hey guys, welcome back to All Things Knives. It's your host Fletcher, and today we are doing a multi-tool carry kickoff. Alright, so our subject for the time being is going to be the Leatherman T4, or I should say Leatherman Free T4. I opted for the full stainless option to kick off the carry. I'm basically just going to show you all the tools that are on here, okay? And we'll start with that, all right? Got the knife. It's hollow ground, actually pretty thin behind the edge. 420 high carbon. Pretty standard for Leatherman. Now we have, I believe this is a flathead and looks like a scraper of some sort. So you can kind of scrape. Next we have a file. One's for front and back, and the other is, well, for really any direction. All right, we got the files there. What's awesome about this one, why I like this one over the T2? Tweezers. Hard to beat having a pair of tweezers, man. Scissors, some pretty beefy scissors. Another scraper. This is more like an awl, but I think it's also a micro flat. And then the bottle opener on this guy is actually pretty good. And then you have the screwdriver. All right? And this screwdriver is pretty amazing. So let's get into the reasons why I wanted to carry this one. So this one I wanted to carry because it reminds me a lot of my favorite multi-tool so far, at least that I really like, is the Knox Super Tinker. I really like the Super Tinker, and this from Leatherman just seemed like a Victorinox competitor, but with a locking blade. Holy cow, and one-hand opening blade too, and tools. So it's like, I kind of got to try this just to see if, is it better than the Swiss Army knife? Is it comparable to it? Is it like a more modern take on the concept? So that's really why I wanted to carry this guy. Not to mention, I actually really like, I've held this tool plenty of times before, having owned one myself, and I really just like it. I think it's a well thought out tool. I think it might be a little chunky, but that deep carry pocket clip certainly doesn't hurt. It means it's more accessible sometimes than my Swiss Army knife, because it's just, I know where it is at all times. In my pocket, deep carry. Look at that. Screws are not quite flush, but they're, they don't pop out a lot. They're just flat. So your pocket goes right over. It doesn't catch on them. It's actually really nice. The clip's good, actually. Leatherman did a good job with the clip. I like the stainless steel. It's not going to scratch as easily as the plastic. I do like that steel's their thing and not plastic. It does make the tool more expensive. Oh, and here's another thing. USA made. This is a USA made tool. So that is awesome. So if this is a tool I like more than the Swiss knives, those are Swiss made. But this is a USA made option. And if I like this enough, maybe I'll try their P series. Their free P series. That's kind of a funny sentence, but the only thing about this is the steel adds a little bit of grip to it, but it's kind of just like a block in the hand. So in terms of ergonomics, I think the Swiss Army knife probably takes ergonomics. In terms of grip, though, they're pretty similar. They're pretty similar. So this guy I'm going to carry for a while, and when I feel like I'm ready to get my thoughts down on it, you guys are going to get a review. Until then, it's just going to be journal updates as always. I know I did discuss with the Patreon, so those of you who are on the Patreon, we did discuss that this is what we were going to do. I believe you guys had also thrown some other things out there that you'd wanted to hear. If that's a perk that you want, I'd always discuss with my patrons kind of what we're doing next on the channel. Haven't been so much recently, but if you did want to be a part of that process, you do have to be one of the patrons, right? It doesn't matter what level, it could be any level, but if you want to part in the process in terms of what we carry on this channel for our journal updates, then that is up to me and the patrons. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below, any thoughts you have. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you haven't been getting notifications for my videos, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Basically just lets you know when you get an update on this, basically the story of this guy and how it's going to go. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to stay sharp.